You have stolen my heart.
You have stolen my heart.
Now don't go away.
Now don't go away.
As we sing love's old sweet song on Moonlight Bay.
As we sing love's old sweet song on Moonlight Bay.
You want to reach up to the sky
Oh.
and down? Oh, no.
I stretch. I need a hang from my ceiling. Oh.
There you go.
Exercising can be one of the most difficult things to motivate our loved ones to do when we're caring for them. And as you can see in this video, music can actually help a lot with that. My mom never got into exercising, and after her stroke, it was even harder for her to do her physical therapy exercises. But when I played fun, upbeat music with a strong beat, and I exercised with her, it helped so much. And while my dad, who also lived with me, enjoyed exercising most of his life, as his Alzheimer's progressed, he was less motivated, and he also shuffled his feet a lot. But when I played military marching music, he would pick up his feet and walk to the beat, no problem, because he'd been in the military in his younger years. And that music and that beat, that was so automatic for him. It was almost magic. Music made all the difference. I'm Amy Goyer. I'm AARP's family and caregiving expert. And full disclosure, I have a degree in music therapy, so it was easier for me to incorporate music like that. But honestly, you can use music too. And to help, I have a special guest with me today, music therapist Andy Tubman. Andy, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you. It's great to see you.
And as a music therapist, Andy, give us your top tips for using music to motivate loved ones and especially to motivate them to exercise.
Thanks, Amy. Yeah, I think that about motivation and getting people moving in terms of, well, if you can first get someone actively engaged in the music, this can help to organize and energize that person. And this, the beautiful thing is, can naturally lead to movement and exercise. So it's not a forced process if they're already engaged in the musical, in moving and singing. So singing and moving to music, great tools. Try picking songs with a specific directive, like walking after midnight, right? Or when the saints go marching in, very specific messages there. And you did the marching, the military marches with your dad, which is a perfect example of that. Try to synchronize these movements to these songs, like literally move in time with the music as best they can, right? Mm-hmm. You could also start with clapping. And after a few songs could lead to bigger movements, just like in the video here, it kind of led into movements, which can then, of course, lead to dancing, which is amazing. Moving together can help both you and your loved one get organized, increase the heart rate, as well as share a positive experience. The only thing I suggest keeping in mind is for those who have mobility challenges like your dad, right, to just be careful when dancing and really stay safe, right? Because we don't want people tripping, and moving to music can be a really fun thing, and you kind of lose, conscious of like exactly where you are and having a great time. So you just want to stay safe. And then, I think that's about it. Try staying with that familiar music that they love and that they can stay engaged with. And don't forget that even a little bit of movement for somebody who is non-mobile or in a wheelchair, a little bit of them rocking and rolling and moving, it's like a Saturday night boogie down for them. So encourage even the smallest bits is amazing.
Oh, those are such great tips. I think especially that even the smallest bit of movement is movement, and not for, everybody can't do what everybody else can do. I know my dad loved to dance, Andy, and that was one thing that almost to the very end of his life, we would dance together, and it would be a lot of me holding up kind of at the end, but he had that innate feeling of dancing. And And that was such special moments also for us, as well as getting him moving. You know,
Yeah.
it also, you're bringing me back to my early days when I worked in adult daycare in the beginning of my career, and we would do sitter size. So I had a whole playlist of songs, and I would play a lot of 60s music that had a good strong beat that maybe some people were more familiar with. But doing those exercises sitting down was still really beneficial for them.
Absolutely. You got to keep that blood moving and keep those joints oiled up.
Exactly. And maybe, you know, my dad loved big band music, but maybe your loved one loves country music, or whatever genre that they will respond to is really beneficial.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Andy, you have created an app that makes it a little more accessible for people to connect with their loved ones using music. So tell
Yeah.
us about that.
Yeah, it's called SingFit, and the app gets people singing using a spoken word cue, and this simply means that there's no reading, right? So you're totally in the music, you're totally in sound world, and the lyrics are spoken before you need to sing them in the music. So you just listen and sing, and everybody can do this. This is a hands-free process that gets your loved ones engaged, energized. You know, and this, one of the tools that SingFit enables, features of SingFit, I should say, is the ability to make a playlist. So you literally could put together some marches, like It's a Long Way to Tipperary, and When the Saints Go Marching In, and these kinds of songs, put a playlist of those marches together, and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, do a 10:30, 5-song movement playlist, get people singing and moving, and it could just, it's basically your musical gym.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I love the way you say that. It's your musical gym. That's something that feels more doable, you know. I used SingFit with my dad, and if you notice in the video that we opened with, I believe they're using SingFit, and because I can see the tablet on the table.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's great way to use it. Thank you so much. So how can people get more information about how to access SingFit?
Sure. So the work we're doing with AARP, you can find all this at aarp.org/singfit. I don't know if we can bring that up. There, perfect. And here you will find there's free resources, there's webinars, there's PDF downloads, and that everybody can get to. And then for the registered users, there's a discount for SingFit. And then for AARP members, there's even a bigger discount for SingFit. So you can really access a lot of resources and singing programs like SingFit right there at aarp.org/SingFit.
Excellent. So definitely check that out. It's such a great resource. I know from personal experience, so I recommend. I'll also post links below in the comments so that you can directly click and go to the SingFit page. And if you're not already a member, please do join me in the AARP Family Caregivers discussion group on Facebook. I moderate the group, and we have expert advice like Andy, and we also have literally thousands of your fellow family caregivers there to give you practical tips and support. So I hope to see you there. Andy, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate being here.